know where to talk or what to talk about. Norris tries to go. He goes for the move on the inside. Oh my word, Norris v myself. Norris is really just, he's doing everything to get past me. And Leclerc just waiting for us to run into each other. Heading through the first of the two Deadnas, or Lesmos, whatever they are called, into the second one. Norris, what are you doing? There's contact. I've broken my front wing. Norris has also broken his front wing. Leclerc's alongside. What is happening in this Italian Grand Prix? Turbo 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. Guys, it is going fantastic with me. I hope it's going fantastic with you. I just asked you if you're having a splendid day. I really hope you are. And if you are not, I hope that my overexcitement, enthusiastic self will cheer you up a bit. Guys, we are back in the My Team career mode for round number 15 on the calendar. Episode number 16, as we are heading towards one of my favorite circuits. We are heading towards the Temple of Speed in Italy, Monza, for the Italian Grand Prix. It's time to drop a like down below, especially if I made your day better. It's only going to take you 2 seconds. Thank you very much. Hey, guys, activities. We're quickly going to do some reaction training for Aitken. Power team building. Sorry, I selected power team building. Heading towards this episode, you guys see on the power unit we have started to struggle a bit more again. I did some upgrades in the beginning of the season. We looked all nice and dandy, and then we forgot about the engine side a bit. For this weekend, look, our chassis is the area of the car that needs the most attention. But I have to be honest, I'm really struggling with the downforce of the car, especially the front. So I got the front downforce, realized I had enough for the rear, and I purchased both of them. So even though the chassis is the part that's struggling, I really want to focus on the aero for this season, because the car just really... I'm struggling so much with downforce. So this is just for now. I think from next episode I will definitely start to upgrade the chassis, because that is really where we are struggling. But for now, just because the next race is Singapore, guys. It's a downforce friendly circuit because you need a lot of downforce, and I would like those 2 upgrades to be ready as when we head to Singapore. And from Singapore onwards, I will focus on the chassis and the engine. More the chassis than the engine, because we are not too bad in the engine department. But yeah, I really just needed to get the aero where I wanted it. And I think for the rest of the season now, we will be reasonably okay on the aero. Guys, you guys saw on the screen about 30 seconds ago. Follow me on social media, links are in the description down below. If you like my content, please share my channel or share this video with your friends. I will give you a shout out on my social media pages, as well as here on YouTube. So please share, go nuts, and I will make sure you get rewarded. That's the Jafar from Aladdin, I think. That part where he tries to kill Aladdin in number 1, where Aladdin is in the Cave of Wonders. It's like, enjoy your reward, your eternal reward. But in any case, that's not what we're talking about. We're here to watch an F1 video. Okay, guys, heading towards Italy. It's a wet. No, not a wet. An overcast quali, and then for the race on Sunday, in front of the Tifosi, in front of all the Ferrari fans, it's gonna be nice and sunny. But before we head to qualifying, let's look at the performance chart to see where everybody is gonna be stacking up plus minus this weekend. Mercedes are now leading the way with Racing Point in P2. For those of you guys that don't know, the recent patch has made the cars as realistic as real life, so that is why Racing Point and Red Bull have been buffed and Ferrari have been nerfed. But it's Racing Point P2, Red Bull P3, Ferrari are now in P4, McLaren P5, AlphaTauri P6, Renault P7, we are sitting pretty in P8, Alfa Romeo Racing is in P9, Haas P10, and Williams are still bringing up the rear end of the field in P11. You guys can see here in practice, I was pushing hard because if you guys recall the last episode, I told you guys that I really thought that I was going to be struggling here at Italy because it's a solid straight line speed track, and because our engine is not the strongest in the field, we lose it going through Parabolica, the final corner, I really thought that we were going to struggle, so I pushed extra hard in practice. And this is where you guys are going to see where I pushed a little bit too hard. Heading towards the triple chicane, called Ascari, whatever. You guys see that through the middle part of the chicane, I just lose it, and the car just peels into the barrier. And this is why I decided to upgrade downforce, guys. Even though this is a low downforce circuit, those tiny upgrades can take away mistakes like this. Look, I did mount the curb on the inside, that was my mistake, but I went so aggressive on my turn-in because the car just didn't want to turn. And here at Monza, you can't sacrifice your low downforce because you will kill your straight line speed, which is 75% of this lap. To be deadly honest, not even 75% of the lap. I think it's more. I think it's more like 85-90% of the lap. You really just need downforce through the two Detnas and the Ascari chicane. That's basically all. But yeah, okay, Jeff's not going to say anything. But so yeah, guys, I was really in a pickle this weekend. But in any case, it's time for quali. Let's head. We have already done our first run in Q1. We go here for our second run. It's nearly a 4/10th improvement. We go P14! P14! Yes! Yes! We are into Q2! How long is it since we've been in Q2? Oh my goodness. Aitken was so close actually. 2 tenths away and he would have been in Q2. Okay, so guys, clearly the upgrades are working on the car. Even if Mr. Aitken is doing us so good as well. So I'm glad Q2, the chances of us getting into Q3 is next to nothing. But I had to try.
We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Thank you, Jeff, because if you don't try, you're never going to win. Okay, so we are going to strap on a new set and go run to the end of quali. If by some miracle we make it into Q3, I've got 1 extra set for Q3, actually 2. So I'm working my tires very, very good. And now it's time for our final run.
Checks complete. We're ready.
Thank you, Jeff. I hope you guys are ready because I clearly am not. Okay, guys, let's head for a blisteringly quick lap here around around Monza. I tried to remember the full name, but I never remember the full name of Monza. In any case, into the first corner, third gear over the first curb, into the first chicane. You mount the curbs very aggressively, get the power down on the way out. We gain basically a 10th coming out of that quarter by just planting the power perfectly. Well, there's no other way. I felt so good when I came out of that corner. It's not even funny. Heading towards the second chicane. Here we go. Mount the curb, touch the curb on the outside. Beautiful power delivery on the way out. Heading into the first of the two Detnas. Here we go. 5th gear, 6th gear on the way out. Mount the curb on the outside. My favorite one of the two Detnas. There we go. 5th gear on the way out. 6th gear, 7th gear. Open up DRS. Heading down the hill towards the triple chicane at Ascari. Here we go. It's braking time now. And here we go, 5th gear, clip the curb on the inside. Stay away from this inside curb as I just clip it a little bit. 7th gear as you come out of Ascari. We are almost 4 tenths up on our time. We are heading down the back straight. Well, the final back straight. There's like 3 back straights on this track. Enter the final corner, Parabolica. 4th gear, 5th gear. Now up into 6th gear. Get the power down. Just put your foot to the floor and trust the car will stick. 8th gear. No DRS at this stage of the track. But we are in P! I knew it. We were not going to make Q2, but at least tell me P15. Come on, P15, not P16. P15. Oh yes, we are in P15. We split the 2 Alfa Romeos. I am more than happy with that. And guys, we have a good chance to do good in this Grand Prix. It's going to be Slipstream City, but let's see how it goes. Let's head straight to the GP.
We're back in Italy once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. And what a great race is in store for us today here at the oldest circuit on the calendar. Monza hosted its first race all the way back in 1922. With top speeds up to 215 miles per hour and an average lap speed of around 155 miles per hour, Monza's reputation as one of the fastest circuits in the sport is well earned. We have 11 corners on this 3.6 mile track, with the best overtaking chance coming into the heavy braking zone of the turn 1 chicane. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Now, we probably ought to start by discussing Sebastian Vettel. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Stroll, Daniel Ricciardo, and Albon. Kvyat, Ocon, Gasly, and Carlos Sainz. Leclerc, Norris, Antonio Giovinazzi, Parker, Raikkonen, Aitken, Sebastian Vettel. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And George Russell, Magnussen, Latifi, Verstappen, and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, we have a good chance of matching our results from the last race. Let's make sure we get the result we deserve.
Jeff, I honestly think we're not gonna match our results of the previous race. Guys, epic episode. If you haven't checked it out yet, do yourself a favor and go check out that episode. So I do not think we're gonna be matching that result, I'm deadly honest. But we're gonna try our best. We always try our best. Guys, soft to mediums, I'm gonna do what the rest of the grid are doing so that I can stay in the fight and stay in the slipstream battle. That is my goal. So you guys know the drill by now. Jam with me on the formation lap. Let's enjoy a fantastic Italian Grand Prix. Guys, are you guys ready for the Italian Grand Prix? Mercedes front row lockout. 5 red lights and it's go, go, go for the Italian Grand Prix. It's the first 4 cars are all Mercedes powered between Mercedes and Racing Point. It's Hamilton, Bottas, Perez, Stroll, and then you've got the Renault of Ocon and Albon there in the mix as well. But Hamilton goes side by side with his teammate as well as the 2 Racing Points. Hamilton v Bottas, Britain v Finland. Here we go through the corner. The green flags are flashing away because the race is properly underway. Hamilton gets the best of Bottas, but the 2 Racing Points are still going side by side as we head through this next part. Will it be Stroll or will it be Perez? Into this next corner, Stroll on the outside, to the inside for the second part of the chicane. Now heading into the first of the 2 detoners. Will it be Perez? Will it be Stroll? Perez is trying to hang it around the outside, but he's struggling to keep it there with that Racing Point. Stroll is not giving him an inch in this race. Here we go now down this. This is basically the first back straight. Here we go. It's down the hill underneath the bridge, which figure 8s with the old track. Here we go. Come on into this thing. Oh, why did I take away? Why did I go away? I'm stupid. Oh boy, back to our POV for our start, guys. Sorry about that. Here we go, on board with ourselves. The reason I actually cut away is you guys would have seen what happened to my start, and I know you guys like these onboard views. You guys see into the first corner, I go 3 wide with Sainz and the Gasly. I think that is it Gasly? I can't see if it's Gasly or Kvyat. Their helmets look almost exactly the same. You can only differ them by the numbers on the car. And AlphaTauri decided, let's make these numbers as small as possible so nobody can see them. Thank you, AlphaTauri. Even though, in my opinion, that is the sexiest car on the grid. I absolutely love the AlphaTauri. Mercedes can suck it. I like the white and the navy blue. It just looks phenomenal. And I know a lot of you are, sorry, I tapped my mic there. I know a lot of you are not going to agree with me on that, but you know what? It's my opinion, it's my channel, my opinion matters. We are right behind the second AlphaTauri here, guys. I think this might be Danny Kvyat ahead of us. And then you guys can see the 2 racing points going side by side. Once again, will it be Perez or will it be Stroll? We have a little bit of a look there on Kvyat. I just saw the 26. So the AlphaTauri we went 3 wide with, along with Carlos Sainz, was Gasly. And my teammate was in a hefty fight there from behind. You guys see that we get the move done there on Kvyat. We are side by side with the Renault of Ricciardo. Heading into this next corner, it's very nip and tuck here. We are forced onto the outside line, the dirty line on the track. You guys can see the dust being thrown up there. But now we are tucked up right behind Ricciardo. And here you guys can see, it's Slipstream Festival here in Monza. Here we go, side by side, low down for setup, Renault engine v Honda engine. Come on! Into the first corner, we brake as late as possible, but Ricciardo tries to do the same. He is known as the latest of the late breakers, but we get the move done, and we are now right behind Ocon and Albon. We find ourselves at P7. Jeez Louise, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. But guys, look how Ocon is pulling on me in a straight line. And as you guys quickly saw there on my engine temps, the engine is brick orange. And we now have to make sure to cool the engine down. Because you don't just overheat the engine by running it in rich mixture. When you are stuck behind another car that's giving off hot, dirty air, that also tends to overheat the engine. And these cars, I don't even remember how much radiators and these cars run, but it's a stupid amount. So here you guys can see Ocon gets past Albon. And we quickly rewind back because I myself got schooled a bit here by Ricciardo, and here comes the AlphaTauri of Kvyat. He is also in a Honda powered car, which is actually a little bit less powerful than mine. We box in the McLaren of Sainz there. Here we go into this next part. He actually gets me on the brakes, but we go around the outside because we are easier on the car heading into the corner, and we get Gasly. I actually think that's Norris there alongside Kvyat. Oh, Gasly. Alongside Kvyat. In the McLaren, it's not Sainz, it's Norris. But now we head on to the my tongue is useless today. We head on board with the 2 leaders, Bottas and Hamilton, and here comes Valtteri going for a move for the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. Number 77 versus number 44. Bottas v Hamilton. Bottas gets the drive coming out of the corner, and he takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix away from Lewis Hamilton. We now jump back on board with Esteban Ocon, who is busy pressurizing Lance Stroll in the racing points. His teammate Perez has bolted away, and that is Ocon now into, what's that, P4. And here comes the Renault of Ricciardo going for the move on Albon for P6. This is for P6 and 7 between Albon and Ricciardo. And Ricciardo just can't seem to get the move done there. And you guys can see I'm right behind them in P8. And the longer these guys fight, the bigger chance I have to actually catch up to them. We now jump back on board with Lance Stroll as he is trying to retaliate against Esteban Ocon, who overtook him the previous lap. Here we go, Racing Point v Renault, Mercedes engine v Renault engine, and the Mercedes just says, sayonara. There we go. Now you guys can see we actually jump on board here with Carlos Sainz. Oh, so it was Sainz, not Norris, or they just swapped around. You never know. There's so many overtakes that always happen here at Monza. It's almost impossible to keep up. Here we go, through Parabolica. We got overtaken by Sainz, but now we will have DRS. And I actually, guys, I had a terrible exit coming out of the Ascari chicane. So yeah, that was going to happen. We are down to P9. And here you guys can see what I mean when I said we were going to struggle so much for this Grand Prix. We are under pressure from all sides, but now we are tucked up right underneath the gearbox of Sainz. And guys, also, if I can just stick with these guys who keep following each other, when the pit stops commence, I might get something going for myself by jumping a few of them. So I just really need to be very careful how I decide to do things. But Sainz just leaves the door open and we take back P8 as we are now right behind Ricciardo again. Sainz was just napping there. We caught him napping badly, and that is us now back up into P8. Here we jump back on board with the 2 leaders, the 2 extremely fast Mercedes. Here we go. Hamilton now trying to take back the lead that he lost to Bottas, and he is going right around Bottas before we even get to the first corner. GG's Lewis Hamilton. The party mode was turned on in that Mercedes, and Hamilton just said bye. So here we go, guys. You guys can see now we are on board actually with Charles Leclerc, who is stuck behind both the McLarens, and the first McLaren in his sights is Lando Norris, heading towards the Ascari chicane. Leclerc to the inside of Norris, and that's a beautiful move. I'm not sure for what position, but yeah, beautiful move there. We quickly see that is actually Hamilton diving into the pit lane, guys. I'm sorry that I didn't catch the beginning of the pit stop. As you guys know, my PlayStation, sometimes the recording is a bit wonky. The man who is in the middle of the battle with ourselves, that entire midfield battle, Ricardo is into the pit lane trying to go for an undercut. Here we go, softs off, mediums on, and there goes the Peely of the Formula One grid, the Renault. Here we go. Now we jump on board with Valtteri Bottas, and we will see now if Hamilton actually has done a blinder, and if he will emerge a far way ahead of Bottas, because he has gone for the undercut. The softs off, mediums on. Here we go. It's a there's a lot of cars peeling into the pit lane, including myself, guys. But here comes Hamilton. We're going to firstly look at the battle for the lead, and then we'll jump back to our POV. And Hamilton has just schooled Bottas, and not something that's new in Formula One. Mercedes prioritized the already 6-time world champion, and he is into the lead of the Italian Grand Prix, and now it's a solid lead. As Bottas comes out just ahead of my teammate, Mr. Aitken, actually. We now go back on board with everybody who dove into the pit lane behind Bottas, guys. Here's Perez, who is sealing in a solid P3 for Racing Point. If Racing Point keep this going, we might have trouble at the end of the season when we fight against them for the Constructors' Championship. You can see there's a lot of cars in, including ourselves. Obviously, we're not going to come out ahead of Perez. Here we go. Softs off, mediums on, and we are held as we come out behind Albon. We are behind Albon and Ricardo. So Ricardo and Albon... No, that's Ocon. So Ocon and Albon have swapped. And okay, here we come out. We are in P12. There are still a few cars that have to pit. This is P12. So, okay, we are behind Albon, and we are ahead of Leclerc and Kvyat. That's fine by me, because now we can fight, guys. The mediums will go to the end of the Grand Prix, and now it's going to be who can play the best game of Formula One chess. Place your car at the right places, use your ERAs at the right places, and make sure you have enough fuel to push when you need. Alright, we jump on board here with Lance Stroll as he is coming into the pit lane for Racing Point on the very next lap. And he is also in this fight with us, remember, guys. He was fighting with Ocon for P4 and P5. So we'll see where Esteban comes out. He stayed out like 3 laps longer than myself. You guys can see that our pit crew is also out expecting our teammate Jack Aitken. And as Stroll comes out of the pit lane, he has been done dirty by all of us. You guys see, I just go in right behind him in the pit lane to make sure that I get all the slipstream possible. I'm later to the brakes, and we take the position from Stroll. Come on. Come on, baby. Let's stick with that Red Bull and that Renault group, because we really need to get this underway, guys. I want points. I want solid points. Hamilton is leading the way from Valtteri Bottas in P2. Hamilton is gone. He is absolutely gone, so we know who's going to win this Grand Prix. Then you've got Sergio Perez sealing in a solid P3 here for Racing Point. Let's hope his car stays in one piece, and the engine as well. We all know how unforgiving this game can be. Then you've got Gasly in P4. Geez, then you've got Ricardo P5, Ocon P6. Gasly still has to pit, however. You've got Albon P7, myself P8, Stroll is in P9, and I think Leclerc is in P10. But like I said, guys, Gasly still has to make a pit stop. He is still on that first set of soft tires. How he's still managing to keep that car on the road on those worn soft, nobody knows. But Gasly still has to make a pit stop, so we are basically in a net P7. And then who is in P10? It is Mr. Charles Leclerc for Ferrari. So Ferrari at their home Grand Prix is having an absolute mare. And I think they just want this Grand Prix to get over and done with, because their arch rivals, Mercedes, are busy schooling the entire grid. But in any case, you can see Ocon is now past Gasly, and the next car to pass Gasly will be Albon and then myself. But now the two Renault boys have gotten a car in between myself and Albon. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's from this point onwards where they just said bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. They were just on a mission. As you can see, Albon is napping. We catch Albon like we caught Sainz earlier in the race. And that is us up into P7 and then P6, because Gasly is going to come in at any time now. He can't stay out forever. We jump on board to lap 16. He's still not coming into the pit lane. What is wrong with Pierre Gasly? Okay, I know he won the real-life Italian Grand Prix this year, but oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Easy move there on Pierre. We are now up into P6. And we have a little bit of a tank slapper there. We go on a few laps later, guys. And as you guys see, Gasly finally came into the pit lane. But once again, through a Ascari, the downforce, the lack of downforce I've been complaining about this whole episode shows itself again. And now we are behind Albon, back down to P7. But guys, one thing that I know is that Red Bull is just as strong as us in a straight line. And if we have DRS and the overtake mode engaged, we will be able to pass him. And as you guys can see, down the main straight, there's nothing that Red Bull, that Honda-powered Red Bull can do about us. But look at Stroll! Jeez, man, he tried the double whammy like Sainz did at Spa, the previous Grand Prix. Once again, guys, if you haven't checked out that episode yet, you are absolutely missing out. Go check out that episode. It is literally the My Team episode before this one. Head to the playlist and you can catch everything in order in the playlist. Here we go. Stroll gets us. Oh boy, Stroll. That's a Mercedes-powered car. Oh no, guys, we don't have DRS. We just have overtake and a slipstream. Here we go into the first corner. We have to send it. We send it on Stroll to defend our P6. And now once again, Albon is around Stroll. But once again, coming out of Ascari, we just can't seem to get the grip down where the other drivers can. And that is frustrating the living heebie-jeebies out of me. So now, let's go. Through Parabolica, we now have to do to Albon what we did a few laps ago again, because there's nothing I can do coming out of Ascari. The car just doesn't want a grip. So here we go, down the main straight, DRS open, overtake mode engaged on the ERS, slipstream and everything, and it's an easy move back up into P6. I think Albon and Stroll are so frustrated with me, it's not even funny. So you guys can see once again, this is now Albon trying to make a move again, heading towards Parabolica because we made a mistake coming out of, well, not a mistake. The car just doesn't have grip coming out of Ascari. And oh no! Contact between Stroll and Albon. Did Stroll break his front wing? Yes, he did. There goes the end plate flying. And Stroll is into the pit lane. And now Leclerc has gotten himself into this fight. And guys, after this, I have to tell you guys, Albon just dropped off. He was gone. We didn't see him again. But he didn't have, look at that. He doesn't have front wing damage. So something else must have been broken on his car with this contact, because he just absolutely disappeared. And now I'm under pressure from this man, Charles Leclerc, who is trying to make the Tifosi proud at their home ground. Well, she's trying to make the Tifosi proud for Ferrari at their home Grand Prix. Why do I always try and make the most complicated sentences? I am really a nutcase sometimes, but you guys love me. There's a reason you watch my content. And now Leclerc is putting us under immense pressure. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I felt a bit bad to fight Leclerc here because it's their home Grand Prix. I know they want to do good, and I know how passionate the Italians are, especially for their home team. But this is for points, and this is for the championship. I can't sit back. So I'm sorry, Charles. Into the first corner, we have to step to the outside. As he tries to block us heading into the corner, we nearly ram him from the rear end. But oh my word, there's only 3 laps to go, and we are battling with Leclerc, and Lando Norris is not far behind. Oh my goodness, heading towards the end of lap 25, guys. You guys can see once again into Ascari. I just can't carry the speed that the other drivers can, and that is just what makes that corner such a pain in the rear. Here comes Leclerc once again. We dive it straight back into his slipstream to make sure that we can stick with him. But heading into Parabolica, you guys can see I'm just not taking no for an answer. We actually mount the curb on the inside and even dip a wheel in the grass to stick with this Ferrari. It's still not a slow car, guys. That is still a very good car. Heading onto the main straight, now we've got DRS, but we are tucked up right underneath his rear wing. It's a drag race towards the first corner as we head here. Thank goodness we just sneak in ahead of Leclerc. And now, guys, this is now the end of the end of lap 26. We've got 1.5 lap to go. Hamilton is leading the way from a very, very defiant Valtteri Bottas, trying to catch him back up in P2 to win this GP, but I think Hamilton has done enough. Then it's Perez who's going to seal a solid P3 for Racing Points. He has been untouchable in that position here today. So well done. GG's Leclerc. Oh, GG's Leclerc. GG's Perez. Then you've got Ocon and Ricciardo fighting hammer and tong for P4 and P5 for Renault. Then P6 and 7, it's myself and Leclerc. And look at this, guys. Last lap Lando has joined the fight. If you watch Formula 1, you will know why he has gained the nickname Last Lap Lando. It's the penultimate lap, but we are going to start the final lap very shortly. And once again, I'm defending for my life from Charles Leclerc, and look at that. The papaya orange and blue McLaren has joined the fight. It's 3-1 heading into Parabolica. This is only going to end in tears. Ooh, luckily Leclerc backs out of it. We go right around the outside. We look at the two Renaults quickly. As you guys can see myself in the top right-hand corner. Norris overtook me, but Ricciardo takes away P4 from his teammate Ocon. And now it's a race between myself, last lap Lando, and Charles Leclerc. P6 in the Grand Prix. Into the first corner, I have to be late under the brakes, but Norris just makes sure to park his car on the apex. I mount the curb massively aggressive there, but we maintain P6. It's a Renault powered car, a Ferrari powered car, and a Honda powered car fighting each other here. Oh my goodness, I don't know where to talk or what to talk about. Norris tries to go. He goes for the move on the inside. Oh my word, Norris v myself. Norris is really just, he's doing everything to get past me. And Leclerc just waiting for us to run into each other. Heading through the first of the two Deadnas, or Lesmos, whatever they are called. Into the second one. Norris, what are you doing? There's contact. I've broken my front wing. Norris has also broken his front wing. Leclerc's alongside. What is happening in this Italian Grand Prix? We head down to Ascari. I'm still going to defend this for very solid points. I defend from Leclerc, but now my understeer is going to be unimaginable. So basically the left-hand side of my front wing is missing. What was Norris doing? Oh my word, here comes Leclerc once again. We've saved up ERS. We have a drag race with Leclerc to Parabolica. I'm going to block him off as we head into the corner. Oh my goodness. How did we survive that? Wait, we're not yet at the line. I've seen how people pip other people at the line. Come on, ERS. We get a track extension warning, but we seal P6. Oh boy.
Race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Guys, what the hell just happened? Okay, let's quickly have a look at the replay before we have the podium celebrations and everything. Oh, I'm speechless. What just happened? Look at this, guys. Into the first Detna. Lando just sends it up my inside. Whether it's a Detna or a Lesmo, I honestly can't care. But here we enter the second one. He has such a weird line heading into the corner, and he brake checks me in the middle of the corner. That's why I hit him. And as I come out of the corner, I just tap his right front hand side, and that breaks his front wing. And then Leclerc.
Another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. This result narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. Do you think this team are performing as well as they could do? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? Great. Well, that's everything.
Guys, I need to take a nap. I honestly need to take a nap. Okay, before we had to listen to Crofty and Anthony Davidson, guys, like Leclerc was so opportunistic there. I honestly don't know how he didn't overtake me because the car felt like a freaking donkey at the front end due to the front wing damage. That was... I'm speechless. That was the most hectic end to an Italian Grand Prix I think I've ever had. I'm out of breath. I'm literally gonna go take a nap after this. I seriously think I'm gonna go take a nap. That was absolute chaos. Looking at the championship, guys, we are still keeping P6 from Alex Albon. He's still having an absolute mare of a season. We are still in P4, but as you guys can see, Racing Point now is going to start to catch us up very, very violently due to their car being buffed with the recent patch. So I do not think we're going to hold on to P5 in the to P4 in the constructors, but I do think we've still got a solid chance against Renault, McLaren, and AlphaTauri to steal P5. So there's still a lot that needs to happen in the season. I'm really gonna have to start needing the support from Aitken. The season is nearly done. He hasn't gotten any points this season yet, so as far as I'm concerned at this stage, he does not have a drive for next season. You guys know my rule. If he gets a point before the end of the season, I will sign him for season 2, but otherwise I've got my eyes on a few drivers, to be quite honest. And especially after that race, even though he nearly cost me P6, I've got my eyes on Lando Norris. And actually Charles Leclerc as well, I'm not gonna lie. They really gave me a fight to remember, and I was just, I mean, damn. What a race, what a race, what a race. It's time for me to say goodbye so I can go take a nap. Oh wow, Norris, Leclerc, myself. That probably was like the last lap of the season, I think. I mean, damn. Guys, that has been this episode. I'm honest, I'm tired as hell. That has been this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the end. What a fantastic Italian Grand Prix. If you haven't done it yet, I don't know what's going to earn your like, but please, if I've earned it, please drop a like down below on the video. It's only going to take you 2 seconds. And from my side, thank you so much. Guys, please follow me on my social media platforms. Links are in the description down below. Share this video with your friends or the channel, and I will give you a shout out on both my social medias as well as in a future video. And guys, finally, if you're new to the channel and you haven't done it yet, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe down below. Don't forget to ding that bell to never miss a future episode like this, where all the action in the world is right here. Not really, but still. I mean, this was action-packed. The past few episodes have been absolutely action-packed. And guys, also, me and It's Assassins are nearly launching our brand new channel. We are not yet sure about a date, but it's really close. So links to the channel and that channel's social medias are in the description down below. Go subscribe, ding the bell, and follow the social medias, and you guys will be up to date with everything coming really soon here on YouTube. Guys, it's been fantastic. I'm tired. I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm tuckered out. But what an Italian Grand Prix. You guys are fantastic. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Cheers!